Hello and welcome to the channel, and on a Wednesday I come to you with something on investment and wealth. And today what I'm going to be talking about is whether you should buy where you live or rent where you live. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, I think that it's very important to actually understand the difference, like understand the definitions, okay, of what an asset is compared to what a liability is. If you already know it, well done, you're one step ahead. If you don't know it, listen to this very carefully. So number one, an asset. Okay, an asset is something that pays you money. So it's something that you own that makes money inflow into your pocket. Okay, and then a liability is something that you own that just takes money out of your pocket. All right, so let's say some examples. For example, an asset. Number one is a property that you own and you're renting out. Okay, so the reason why it's an asset is because you got tenants that are paying you money every single month, and overall the net amount of money, it should be positive. Okay, you should be receiving more money into your bank than is outgoing for this house, because obviously you got to pay a mortgage, right? You got to pay bills, and then you've got tenants in the property that's paying you money. Okay, and overall this should be a plus. Okay, they should be paying you more money than you're actually paying out for the property. So that is an asset. What else is an asset? A business, okay, an operating business that's flowing very nicely. So any sort of business that's making money, basically, that can be putting money in your pocket. Okay, another one, your job. That's another asset. You know, it's putting money into your pocket, right? Now, a liability. What is a liability? So a liability, it can be a car, right? You own the car, but what's happening is you're constantly having to pay for it, okay? You pay for the petrol, you pay for the insurance, and then over time, you know, that this car, the value just goes down. You know, if you're on monthly payments, it's constant monthly payments that's coming out of your bank account. You're having to put money into it, it's taking your money, so that is a liability. So there's a clear explanation between what an asset is and what a liability is. So number one, for example, your house. A lot of people, they say their house is an asset. You know, in some ways it can be. If you got a house and you're renting out the other rooms, then yeah, it's an asset, okay? If you got a house and you're going in there to renovate it and then sell it on to get a profit, then yeah, it can be an asset. But the actual definition of an asset, right? As I said before, it has to put money in your pocket. So if you're owning a house now, it's not putting money in your pocket. What you're doing, you're paying for it. Yeah, you're just paying the bills, paying for the insurance, paying for the mortgage. You know, right now it's just taking money out of your pocket. And an important thing to know is that cash isn't king, cash flow is king. Okay, so cash flow is what you want, right? And if you got a property, you just own your house, it's not paying you any cash, that's not any cash flow, okay? That's money coming out of your bank. The cash flow is going out, it's not coming in, right? Now renting, this, it is great, okay? Because what happens with renting is that you are able to be flexible, right? Of course, having to pay monthly, okay? You pay monthly and then you get an accommodation to live in, right? But the thing is that, you know, you don't have to pay for anything that goes wrong, depending on the contract, right? So anything that goes wrong, bam, it's the landlord's responsibility, they pay for it. So you've got the accommodation, all right? Now, if you've got the money to be able to buy a property, you are better off, okay, putting some money aside to put towards renting, and then getting the rest of the money and then finding a great rental property where you can get a good return on your investment. Okay, you put this money into a property, it's going to keep on paying you money. You want to do that rather than put it into a property where it's just sitting there and then you're then still having to put more money into this. Okay, you're not getting cash flow from it. So that, trust me, that's the best way to do it, because that way what happens is that you've got an asset that continues to appreciate in value, and you you've also got an asset that's paying you month on month on month, and there's constant demand for rentals, okay? Constant demand. And in this time right now, to be honest, it's going to be difficult to even buy a home. It's going to be difficult. The banks, they're going to stop lending. You know, their criteria is going to get very, very tough. So what does that mean? It means that you're able, cash buyers, house buyers that are, you know, paying with just cash, they're the ones that will be controlling the market, okay? So just because of that, the house prices, they'll go down because you got cash buyers, they're ready to buy, and you got people that are wanting to sell. If they can't get any buyers that are going to get a mortgage, the cash buyers, because they've got the cash right there and then, you know, it's a lot quicker. The process is a lot quicker, okay? You're solving the seller's problem. So they're going to be like, you know what, because I want the cash right now and there's not a lot of demand, I'm going to cut down my price and I'm going to sell it to you. So then the buyers with cash, they then get good discounts. And then when the market recovers, okay, when we start getting more demand of people want to buy houses, the price goes up. But whilst they've already put that money into the property, they can then rent it out on a long-term basis. And the counter side of that is that the demand for rentals is just going to go so much higher right now because people, the entry to actually buying a house is being raised. You know, if it's more difficult to buy a house, what are people going to do? They're going to go and rent. So if you're able to provide that accommodation, you got a steady rental income right there because that's where the demand is, in the rentals. Another important thing, okay, very important thing to know right now is that money that is currently sitting in the bank, it is literally just, it's disappearing right now, okay? What do I mean by that? I mean the value of your money is decreasing right now because right now what's happening is that the banks, they are printing loads of money right now. You know, they're trying to boost all the money into the economy. You see all of these government loans that are going out. Where do you think they're getting the money from? They're printing it out of thin air. What happens when they keep on putting money into the economy? When there's more supply than there is demand, what happens is the value, it goes down. Okay, so if you got money that's in the bank right now, the value of your money is going down. And the other side of this is that prices of stuff, it starts going up. You know what this is called? It's called inflation. Okay, so if you got money sitting in the bank right now, it's becoming worth less right now. Okay, it's not completely worth nothing. What I'm saying is that it's becoming worth less because of what's happening. So you want to make sure that you put your money into something that's secure, you know, a nice secure asset. Now there's a load of things that are out there, you know, things that I think is going to pop up and blow up in the years to come is cryptocurrency. But what I'm talking about right now is property. Property, that's still going to blow up as well, because property is something that you can own, you know, something that you can touch. It's something that's real, okay? And with property, there is a big demand for property. Rentals are going to skyrocket. So if you're now being able to put the money that you got in a bank into a property, you know, into an actual asset, what's going to happen is that this money, you're going to get a return on your investment. So instead of getting like 1%, what's the interest rates at now for the bank? It's like, I think it's 0.1%. It's really low. That's what I'm trying to say. And the return you're getting on your money right now, it's less than peanuts. So if you got money sitting in the bank, get into a property. You can get good returns on a property. Like, for example, you can get 25% if you find a good deal. Minimum 25% return on your investment every single year. So what does that? If you put 100k into a property and you're on a 25% return, that means that you're going to get £25,000 in a year. So after 4 years, you'll have your £100,000 back. And then because you still own this asset, for the rest of the time you own this asset, you're going to keep on getting £25,000 coming in. Now you see how stable that is. This is why property is so amazing. And this is why you need to move your money from the bank into property. Now, me personally, I'm able to like spot deals and actually see what a good return on investment is. You actually do the due diligence and package it up for an investor that has money. But if you want to do this yourself, if you want to get started, okay, there are loads of resources out there. The internet is a beautiful thing. But let me give you a very high recommendation right now. I got a list for you. So number one, Samuel Leeds. Go check him out. He's got an online course which is called Samuel Leeds 365, and on there he's got a crash course where you can spot a deal for, you can spot a deal. You can find a deal, a single buy to let deal that is getting you a return on investment for 20%. You can find this deal that I was talking about just from doing that. And another great thing about it is that this course that I'm talking about is you can get enrolled onto it for as little as £1. You get a 14-day free trial. After that, I believe it's £99. But you can learn how to find a great investment from just investing your own time into your learning. Okay, that's number one. Another thing, you can also go onto his YouTube channel. He's great. You can read books. He's got some books out as well. Simon Zushi got great books as well. What you can do is, you can get yourself involved in property networks. So, for example, PIN, Property Investors Network. Now, this is something where, they host monthly meetings in a city that's close to you. They used to do it, face to face when all of this COVID stuff wasn't around, but I believe they're still doing it online. They got communities, Facebook communities. You can join all of these groups and start getting yourself educated so you're able to spot these opportunities. All right, and then once you're in these places, you can start looking on Rightmove. Okay, you can start scrolling on Rightmove and seeing what can you actually get right now. Okay, start looking for those deals, and that is a nice way of actually getting started. Nice few steps for you to get started. So I hope that I've provided some value to you about whether you should buy where you live or rent where you live. I hope you understand that renting over buying where you live is just the best option, okay? And listen, if you like the video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and comment down in the box if you've got any questions. Subscribe to the channel because I'll be bringing you videos every single week. All right, so have a good one and peace out.